But one of the things I really learned was that you can learn to do almost anything if you focus. This is my big thing. If you focus. When my mother taught me to speed read, and I'm not particularly good at it, but it does help me to read quickly, quicker than I might otherwise. The whole thing about speed reading was the focus. And unless you set your mind right, you cannot read quickly. And reading quickly is about reading focused, because if you're driving a car at 200 miles, this is my analogy of it. If you are driving a car at 200 miles an hour, you'll see every sign and everything that's passing you really quickly. You will see it because you have to survive. Because if you don't, you're going to go into a lorry. Same thing with reading. When you read and you swim down those lines, you're reading quickly. So by reading quickly, you have to focus, which means when I'm going to read a report or something, if I'm going to have a coffee, I make it before I sit down to read. If I'm going to use the loo, I go before I sit down to read. If the phone's a no-go, no interruptions, and then I can read because I can focus on the page. And therefore, I'm bound to read quicker because I'm not thinking about, are Man United going to get beaten by Cardiff on Saturday or whatever it might be. I'm thinking about the page. And so I learned that you can almost learn anything if you focus. So that was the other thing. And now we've got so many projects all over the world, not only the UK, all over the place, that we deal in. And it's a barrister friend of mine. And I've got a friend tonight here who's training to be a barrister, and I'm sure she'll be a very good one. He taught me, this friend of mine, years ago, I went in to see him, and he's in Chambers, and I said, look, I've got a problem with this particular thing. What do you think? And I noticed, I said, in those days, he didn't really know me very well. I said, how do you know everything about He said, 20 minutes before you come in, I take your file out, and I read everything about that file. Nothing else, no phone calls, nothing. Read it. When you come in, it's like he's known me for years, and at that time he hadn't. And then he said, I don't look at 2 files or 3 files on my desk. I look at 1 file. And then when you're gone, that goes away. And then when the next guy comes in, is going to come in, I get his file out, and that's the only one on my desk. That's the way he did it. It's the way I do it today. The files now come up on the iPad. They used to come out of a thing, but they come up on the iPad. I look at it. I focus on it until I can take that project no further at that moment. And then I put done or to be reviewed, and then that gets clicked off, and I bring the next one up, and then I ring you or whoever's involved in that project, and I say, what's happening? And we move that project on until I finished it, and then that goes away. And that's the only way we can stay on top, because it is not possible to do too many things at the same time. I don't believe, I'm sure there might be somebody, but I can't do it. So in my office, I have 2 desks, any office, whether it's in Bristol, whether we're in New York, whether we're wherever. And as soon as we take a hotel room anywhere, I set an office up. The room's maneuvered. They come up and they think we're going to chuck all the furniture out, But they look at it, what's happened to our room? I said, well, no, it's all, I've got to have it the way I want it. So I have a desk in front of me with nothing on it. And I have a desk behind me with everything on it. And I have a chair in the middle that swivels. And again, Leon would tell you, it's not infrequent for me to go and buy a cheap swivel chair, stick it between those desks in a hotel room because they don't have one. If they've got one, we use theirs. Then I sit there, and if I'm going to do some work in the morning, an hour or whatever it might be, 2 hours, I turn around, I pick up what's next, I bring it round, I look at it on the desk, and I focus on it. And then I ring Rick and say, we're running out of time, aren't we, Rick? Or whatever. And that's really what I do. So, that to me is what entrepreneurship is all about. And the final thing I've just got to say is entrepreneurship and business, for me, isn't all about making money. It's about it's about being part of a community, and therefore everyone trying to create a win-win environment. And we work on the John Lewis style of business, where we try to collaborate and work with people. We don't ever, in our businesses, consider people work for us. All our people work with us, not for us. They earn less than me, and probably less than others in the business, some people, because they do different jobs. A nurse wouldn't expect to be paid a surgeon's wage. She'd expect to be paid properly, but not necessarily a surgeon's wage. And therefore, probably expect to earn more than the forklift truck driver in one of our businesses. But nonetheless, we try to make sure they're better paid than they would get doing the same job anywhere else. And that's a key. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's it. I think I've probably run out of time, and I'm going to get shot if I carry on.